It's Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Thanks for listening to the BYU-Idaho Radio Evening Headlines podcast tonight. I'm Chandler Guadagnine. The Wapiti fire burning near Stanley is now 4% contained. It has burned over 110,000 acres. The Custer County Sheriff's Office says people who are evacuated from Zone 1 are being moved to set status tomorrow morning. They will need to obtain a pass from the Emergency Operations Office behind City Hall between the hours of 8 and 10 a.m. Operations Section Chief Travis Lipp says they were able to make some gains yesterday.
We had a good day yesterday, a little bit of growth, more growth on the west side, which saw less rain, less activity on the east side, but we continue to have folks spread out and work the entire fire area. We're feeling confident with what the folks are completing.
There will be a community meeting about the fire tomorrow night at 6 at the Stanley Community Building. It will also be live streamed on the Wapiti Fire Information 2024 Facebook page. Elsewhere, the Fish Creek fire burning southwest of Togedee Pass is now more than halfway contained, even though new evacuations were ordered yesterday. People living in Brooks Lake, Pinnacle, and Brescia Drives were evacuated yesterday afternoon because of spot fires northeast of Highway 26. Firefighters are patrolling and prepared to implement structure protection plans for the Brooks Lake Lodge and Pinnacle areas if needed. The fire has burned nearly 18,000 acres and is 54% contained. The Bonneville County coroner has identified the man involved in a shooting with police. EastIdahoNews.com reports that the Bonneville County coroner identified the man as 31-year-old Joshua Ramirez from Idaho Falls. The Bonneville County Sheriff's Office says Ramirez was killed after deputies surrounded his car on Woodruff and First Street early Sunday morning. A deputy tried to stop him after he was driving erratically and nearly hit the deputy head-on. A deputy attempted a pit maneuver, and then several law enforcement officers surrounded him. That's when shots were fired and Ramirez was injured. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. The East Idaho Critical Incident Task Force is currently investigating. Just a heads up, drivers may need to find another way home tonight. Local News 8 reports that the northbound to westbound ramp of the I-15 I-86 will be closed tonight. The closure is to allow for the demolition of the eastbound to northbound bridge. The ramp is expected to reopen at 7:30 tomorrow morning. This is the last bridge planned for demolition. The demolition is part of a $112 million redesign project. The bridge was first built in the 1960s as part of the system interchange. Thanks for making us a part of your nightly routine. These have been your evening headlines for September 4th, 2024. You can, of course, catch more news and interviews on our podcast feed. Just follow BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast app or ask Google, Alexa, or Siri to play BYU-Idaho Radio. You can also find us on your social media. Follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube. Be informed, be inspired. This is BYU-Idaho Radio.